Hello and welcome to Gaming Gain. We are in the depths of horror month right now. We have just finished the Evil Dead film franchise and now we are on to the TV show Ash versus the Evil Dead season number 1. And to cut straight to the point, it's Evil Dead. It is more over the lines of Evil Dead 2, where there's a mix of horror and comedy. It's campy, it's over the top, it's very much a B kind of B movie plot, B movie effects in some areas. Some of the practical effects are great. CGI, little bit less to be desired there, I'm afraid. But it just, if you like, for an Evil Dead fan, when I heard this was coming back, just this is what you want. It's Ash being Ash, Bruce Campbell being Bruce Campbell, in this role where he is just an insufferable asshole who somehow is endearing and charming, and he just plays it so well. There's so many funny moments, there's so many funny line deliveries, like it's just so well done. As a fan of it, as a fan of The Evil Dead, as an extension of the films, it just captures that kind of ethos that is well within the Evil Dead as a series. So, I don't kind of want to go too much into the detail, but I'll just kind of talk about kind of the start of the plot. You have you've got Ash, who is basically a loser. Like, and he was they were kind of getting at that, I guess, in the, like, he was a bit of a loser with regard to his job and stuff. Like, he was only working at a supermarket, which, no disrespect, alright, no disrespect, it's a noble profession. However, the way they're portraying it, it is not a noble profession, and he's pretty much a loser. He's living in a trailer, he's down his luck, and he goes to a bar, and he picks up a woman, and they start having sex in the bathroom, and a deadite possesses her and takes over her, and even with that, he still goes back to having sex with her. Classic Ash. And basically, he's been keeping guard in Necronomicon for 30 years or so, and he reads it again because he got high and wanted to impress a woman. I don't think you could get a more Ash reason for reading the Necronomicon than that, and it just filters in. Like, there's just so much kind of good elements of that where it is Ash is the center. Like, he's everything this show is about. That being said, they do a good job of kind of building in Pablo and Kelly, who are the two kind of sidekicks. And Pablo is this kind of geeky, like, kind of looks up to Ash, thinks he's the coolest guy ever. He's a bit geeky, and Kelly's this like badass female who's just like quite edgy, but she's got a heart of gold, that kind of thing. And I think they work quite well. I think they're a nice addition to this. I think they play off Ash quite well, in that like, you've got Pablo, who very much calls him El Jefe, very much looks up to him, and Kelly is kind of dismissive of him until they go to Kelly's parents, and he saves the day with his chainsaw hand and boomstick. And one of the funny moments is definitely when Ash, he's killed the parents. He makes the traditional cross, and Kelly goes, "You know they were Jewish, right?" And it's the line delivery. It's Ash reacting to it. It's just kind of highlights the kind of comedy, and the comedy is like, to sustain it over a TV show, a series. They do a good job of it. Like some are misses, but some are quite big hits. And in terms of the horror, there is some good horror elements where there is a bit of tension. Like they summon a demon, in I believe the third episode, and I'll get into the effects in a wee bit, but the CGI overall is not great. Like there's a CGI skeleton later on in the series, it looks awful. There's CGI blowing off of heads, which for the Evil Dead just does not look good. There's practical effects of blowing off a head, and that looks excellent. Has to be said. But some of this demon and the effect on it, it's like it's kind of like it's skipping frames. It looks very unsettling. It's quite glad I don't suffer from epilepsy while kind of looking at this demon. It's quite unique in its portrayal in terms of visual style, anyway. So that element of the CGI is good. The practical effects are great. There's copious amounts of blood. There's buckets, waves, oceans of blood in this in the Evil Dead, Ash vs. the Evil Dead, and yeah, it just encapsulates it. Just so good. So there's also Ruby, who is hunting down Ash with this cop who saw the Deadites. And Ruby is kind of revealed to potentially have been one of the writers of the Necronomicon, the Dark Ones. Oh, I forgot. They go back to the cabin. Oh, we get the Evil Dead cam. Love it. Love the Evil Dead cam. So they go back to the cabin as well. So nostalgic. They play about with it. Like Linda is back. And it's just so good. I love the first series of Ash vs. the Evil Dead. It's just a good time. It's just, as I say, a good extension of the Evil Dead. I think it absolutely nails the tone. It nails what we're looking for in Ash vs. the Evil Dead. Is it perfect by any stretch of the imagination? Definitely not. Doesn't come close to perfect, but I think for an Evil Dead fan, it's exactly what we're looking for. It's over the top. It's fun. It's playful. They nail the horror and comedy elements. They go over the top with the blood and violence. Like it's just exactly what I want. And I think that's all that I need to say. I definitely recommend it if you are into horror comedies, if you're into your blood, your gore, like it's just a good time. Just go watch it. Go watch it. If you're here, you go watch it. Alright? If you made it here, go watch it. Do yourself a favour. And we're going to be on season 2, but unfortunately, because of work and life, I'm not going to be able to release season 2 review and season 3 until end of Horror Month. But much like Ash vs. the Evil Dead is an extension of the Evil Dead films, we're going to have a little extension into November just so I can get out, because I want to complete the journey. I want to complete the franchise of the Evil Dead. I've been working on something else which I hope to release. I hope to release in Horror Month. It's going to be kind of a part of Horror Month, but I just haven't, unfortunately, as I say, had the time to kind of do both. I've kind of been trying to do both at the same time, but it's quite hard to watch something and do what I'm doing, which I'm not going to reveal yet. Yeah, I had to focus on one when I tried to do it together, but I could only focus on one at a time. So hopefully that'll be done soon. The Evil Dead franchise, I'm halfway through season 2 at the moment, so that'll be done soon. I was watching the Ed Gein Monster Story. I'll maybe do a review on that if I feel like it, but I didn't do one on the Dahmer one, which I think is superior. But yeah, overall Horror Month, and I'll maybe do a little kind of breakdown in one of my Mental Health Mondays, but I think it's been a success. I think I've wanted to do more video game stuff because Until Dawn was just such a favourite of mine. Like, I loved playing it over Horror Month, but I haven't been able to get the VR set up or the kind of video record. My laptop's quite dated now, so It's not running as well, so it's just a bit much. But I'm glad I've got the Evil Dead stuff because it's just such a fun thing to talk about. My favourite film, Evil Dead 2, and the subsequent films and all the films, all the things associated with it. Anyway, I went off on a tangent. Watched Evil Dead Season 1. Ash vs. the Evil Dead is what it's called, not Evil Dead. Ash vs. the Evil Dead. And with all that being said, all that's left to say is in thoughts, comments, general hostile remarks, leave them below. Thank you very much. Bye bye.